My name is Dr. Andy Schneider Munoz, and I'm the president of the Association of Child and Youth Care Practice. I'm also the director of the new National Center for Innovation and Excellence. You know, I believe that we are in a historical moment. The nation needs youth workers now. We look to a future in which many children will either have the opportunities to succeed in the global world or live in structural poverty. We're in a time in which, if well-trained, youth workers are ready to go on the ground, ready to roll up their sleeves and be there with what we know works for youth, then we will see children and youth who are engaged, motivated, know how to read, are ready to contribute to the community. You know, I got involved in this work in the first place because my own family immigrated. And we counted on the community to step in and care for us, to get us where we are today. And all 6 of my brothers and sisters have become educated and are leaders in their field. And if I had to look back at what makes my brother and sister doctors today, what makes my brother a corporate executive, it was that in our neighborhood we had talented youth workers who cared for us, who gave us an opportunity to see the future, to build skills. And so I think our time now. You know, when I first became a youth worker, I popped up and said, where is the training? How are youth workers certified? And the answer was that we did not have that in this country. And so together, over a period of almost 25 years now, youth workers have chipped in to accomplish the goal of professional development. Today we have a certification that sits alongside teacher training and social work licensure that gives every youth worker in the United States the opportunity to get the training to know that the skills they have will deliver the impact for youth and communities to succeed. I think the movement has been marked by the very opportunity to learn from one another, to chip in, to partner with major universities to norm an exam, to establish a code of ethics. And we are today as strong as we can be in knowing what works with youth. What is my greatest lesson? My greatest lesson as a youth worker is to not be afraid to say that we love the children and the youth in our care. To know that we are willing to meet them where they are. And you know, our milieu may be as simple as complicated as that stairwell when a young person is making a decision to be bounced out of school or to go back into that classroom to succeed. It may be as complicated as the leadership roles we take today in foundations and in government, developing the policies of the future. You know, I see a day when in the United States we have a national youth development policy that all highly effective youth workers are certified. In the past 5 years, the evidence-based strategies that ensure that our work has impact have dramatically flashed forward, and the opportunity is there now for all youth workers to join the Association of Child and Youth Care Practice. And what that means is that we are engaged in the future. You know, I recently chaired the final session of an international convening, and there were 3 findings from the youth workers of the United States and the youth workers around the world. And they were, the time now is to go to scale. Youth workers in schools, in neighborhood organizations, in community associations. The youth need the youth workers now and all that can be learned for the future as we prepare young people to succeed in school, to succeed at work, and in life. The second finding was that we cannot lie to the children. We are in a time in which we will be challenged by our economy, and therefore, as youth work grows, I not only see a youth worker in every school in the United States, working to make sure that kids aren't bullied and that parents are engaged and that we're paying attention to social and emotional growth and all of the motivated and enriched strategies for learning. But we also see youth workers fully developed in their efforts to join with community to provide for the future economy. You know, our youth, they may go to school, and we may say to them that if they solve their problems and succeed in school, they will have an opportunity, but they may or may not have a job, and we're going to need to be there for youth. We're going to need to think entrepreneurially, to think about small businesses, the role of employing youth in generating businesses, involving their parents and the whole community really in finding and building sustenance. So if the first is a strategy of let's go to scale and let's put our country ahead for the future through the care that we provide for the youth, if the second is to do not only child and youth care, but youth, community, and economic development, last but not least, we've got to be fully committed to ethics. In a time of scarcity, children, youth, and families, they will need us to stand with us to ensure that there is equity, justice, and an opportunity for the future.